Hey Wednesday, are you woobling? I'm woobling. I just cleaned out my purse and I found a napkin, paper towel, with some packaging tape on it, and it says sweet peas. Now, if this is not a little glimpse into my personality, this is me. This is totally me. So, we went on a little road trip. I'll tell you more about that later. And it was a mountainous community, and all along the highway, all along the neighbors' houses in the little cabin that we rented, there were beautiful dark purple, fuchsia pink, and white flowers everywhere. And I kept looking at them. They looked like little orchids almost, just everywhere. But they were wildflowers, like spring looking beautiful flowers everywhere, filling the whole sides of the road. And so when we stopped and we got out, I took a little walk over to the bushes and I found these little dried out pea pods. Look at all the seeds in the little pea pods. So I quickly collected as many as possible. Now I'm hoping, like, some of them were dried like that, and then some of them are still a little green. I'm hoping, I wrapped them in a paper towel because that's what I had in the car. I'm hoping that if I leave them wrapped in this paper towel, they will continue to dry out. I'm hoping that they're long enough in the seed development that, and I got like this whole little roll of them. If I can stick it back in there. Okay, so I'm having a great morning. Finding treasures and souvenirs everywhere. Last week, the yarn chicken pulled out this DIY handicraft witch. This is an Halloween style Amazon kit that I purchased, and it had multiple fall Halloweeny themed characters in it. So there was quite a bit of yarn left over from making my witch, which is great because they gave these crochet kit style yarns, and I mean there's quite a bit of yardage on there, but I mean there's a ghost and a pumpkin and there's a lot of other characters in the kit, so gotta conserve as much of this yarn as possible just to make sure I have enough. So it was a big zippery bag, and then it had a whole bunch of these patterns in it. They're QR patterns, which made me nervous because the written instructions, they were workable. They were definitely AI edited. I think I did make some notes. Nothing unworkable. It was workable. I think that in here, she doesn't have a nose. She's got a little stitched eye and some blush. The only unworkable part were the ears. It said to make 2, and then the verbiage on it, I don't know. I just left them off. She didn't really need ears. Everything else worked up amazingly. I did not stitch her hat onto her head because, wait till you see her. She's absolutely adorable. I think she needs a big hat, a great big one that she has to grow into. Gotta add some whimsy to these. Can't have them exactly the same. I did make some notes that when I was working up the head, I came to a point where I thought that maybe it should have a nose bobble between row 13 and 14. I made that little note for myself. There was a little section in here. So for the legs, you start at the foot, you work up the leg. First piece, cut off. Second piece, work the foot, work up to the leg, chain, slip stitch into the first one. It tells you exactly where, and then you start working around to work the body. It said chain 3, CATENATE. 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 It's a word. I had to Google it. It's been a long time since I read a word and I'm like, I don't know what that word means. Chain 3, catenate with the first leg and continue to crochet. I Googled it. It means to connect items in a series. I learned something. Well, of course I'm always learning something, but maybe I should put that back into Google and put pronunciation. Put the word and then put pronunciation so that I can actually say it the way I'm supposed to say it. Of course, when I'm working a pattern, I love when they're repeat rounds, I make the little squares and then I check them off as I go. So I got a lot of those notes on here. Other than that, this is an adorable little pattern. I am going to save this. Well, I save all of them, but this one is definitely one I want to work again. She could be in any colors. She could be in any design. You could very easily change up her dress a bit. She's cute. So I've forgotten this style of making a doll body and head. It's one that I've definitely seen before. Oh. So her hair at the end of them have these like little curls ups. I like that. This is longer. I think it's supposed to have like a little bow. No, they're just curls that come forward. She's cute. Absolutely adorable. Sorry, I dropped her hat. I love the way the face is written. It's got some increasing, some steady as you go. And then it's got like these little cheek sections where her face is nice and plumpy. I like that. When you first start her head, you start with an indentation with like, no, that was after. You work in the back loop only, which makes an indentation, and you make an out pop, like a belly button on the bottom of her head. And then when you cut off and you sew the 6 together, you poke that down in so it makes a hole. Then on her body, you make a long plug. Here's a picture. I took a picture. I love that style of head and body. I glued it on there, but sewing that on there, it's secure. That is a really nice way to make a head and a body connect. I've forgotten about that. There was quite a few. What other pattern? I think there were 2 other patterns that I worked recently that were done that same way. That's a nice way to make a head body. You can put a little tilt on her. You could sew it front or back. Where was I? I recently went to a craft shop and they had joints where it's 2 plastic discs and they snap together, but it's like the back of a safety eye, and you put it on one feature when you're doing the body. You do put it on the other, on the leg piece, and then when you're done with them, you can snap them together and it makes like a rotating spot. If you put one of those on the neck plug piece and the head hole piece, that would work really well with having like an appendage that could move around. I think she's cute. The dinky little hat, I'm not so sure about that. She's cute. She's cute. But what if she had a big brimmed witch's hat and she just needed to grow into it? She's a cute little witch. I didn't put the blush on her yet. I'm not sure where I put my blush after I made Josephine Plumley. I used my blush on her. I don't use blush, but I keep it for the dolls. So she does need a little blush, and she needs her little embroidery mouth. But it's Wobblin Wednesday and I'm out of time. I had a lot of fun with this one. So yeah, as you can see, I could leave the collar off and put like a ruffle around the dress. I could do the little dress in any color. We just plumping out her dress. I added the little scallops because her dress was a little short. And working up her legs and working her body up to this shirt level, it changes, her body changes color at the shirt level. I think they should have changed colors after her leg. after her thigh, we should have changed colors so that she would have a little bit of implied undergarment. Or I need to get some scrap fabric and make some undergarments or something. She needs some. All right, so there was lots of fluff and stuff left over. The kit still has eyes, and I left my little sewing needle in there. Lots of yarn left over, which will go to the other Halloween themed creations in that Amazon bundle. So far that Amazon bundle's been some decent patterns. I think there was a little ghost that I've made, and the witch, and I believe a bat. Freaking bat, I think. But that's it. Let's go to the yarn chicken and pull another kit. Ooh, my favorite time of the week. Set up your chair so you got a good view, and I'll meet you over there. That's crazy. I wonder if some weeks are dustier than other weeks, because it's only been 1 week since we've hung out over here at the yarn chicken, and she's like covered in dust, as if she like went out in the backyard and was like playing or something. I don't know. Oh, I threw the rubber ducks. Let's shake it up. All right. Ooh, okay. Everything's in there. Can you see? You got a good view of the yarn chicken. So I have big and small capsules. I have broken down the capsules. There are some that still have the official Wobblin pattern book, and they're broken down by chapters with multiple slips of paper in them. The kits, the actual crochet kits that I have, they're all just one in each of the baubles. I got small capsules, large capsules. It doesn't matter. There's no theme to those. So some of them have little hints in the lids and some of them don't. All right, that's enough chit-chatting. Make sure you like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. What? Oh, no. Did the shake me out of power? There we go. All right, let's put the coin in. Ah, there we go. All right. What color you like? You got a favorite color? There's blue, there's orange, there's yellow. Oh, I did get one. All right. Well, not officially. You know, I've dropped them in the last moment before. Ooh, that one's kind of like over the little edge of the line. Oh no, let me get you in there for an action shot. Oh, it did! It fell in. All right, let's see what we got. We got one pink slip of paper, and I don't see anything on the lid. What are we doing this week? What's our Wobblin Wednesday gonna look like? Hubert the Frog. Hubert the Frog. I'm not sure. Let me go dig around in my closet and take a look at my yarn tote, and I'll be back in maybe 2 hours. I get stuck in there looking at all the crochet patterns, possibilities that'll come up soon. All right, friends. I'll meet you over at the pink chair. Be right back. Chickens are laughing at me. I was telling you that I divided up some of the capsules. I have the official Wobblin pattern book, the Crochet Amigurumi book. And so I thought that I had left those capsules, chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4, with multiple slips of paper because I do want to work through the book. And then I put all the crochet kits that I have in individual capsules. So Hubert the Frog was in a capsule all by himself. So I went over to the closet, dug through the stack of totes, and I got to the crochet kits, which I try to leave on top. I didn't see any Hubert, and I was like, well, that's strange because it's usually the amigurumi book that says their name and then what they are. That's the style of the index in the book. And I was like, I don't know. So then an hour or two passed by as I'm tinkering around with all the kits, admiring them all, hoping this one comes next or that one comes next. And it dawned on me, Hubert isn't even in there. So I put it all back away, stacked it nice in the closet. It's yarny camouflaged over there. I don't even think my husband knows I take up half the closet. He's never said anything. I don't even think he knows it's in there. And I come back over and pull the book out from under the gumball machine, and there's Hubert. There is Hubert. Hubert is a cutie. Hubert the frog, 100% guaranteed for a happy baby shower. Hubert looks like an item that I would make to take to the fair in November. The market, not the fair, the market in November. He looks like a little quick grab item for a baby. There's no safety eyes on Hubert. He is made with green and black. His eyes look like they're stitched on. There's a creative way of making the ring, so I'm definitely interested in that. That technique. There are videos noted inside this book. So there's written instructions with lots of pictures, step-by-step pictures. And then there are noted and QR codes for videos. So once you buy the book, even if you're not sure of a technique, you can scan the QR code and it'll show you the steps. So you still have all the Wobble support in the book that you would have in a kit. So the book gives you 21 easy projects with QR support and lots of pictures. I like this book. This book is definitely beginner friendly. Look at all those beginners. It's definitely beginner friendly if you didn't want to spend, no joke, these Wobble kits, I don't think there's anything cheaper than 20 bucks. Even those little accessory ones, they don't have a hook, they don't have the yarn. Oh no, they do have the yarn. But I mean, it's hard to justify spending money on an expensive kit when we have the supplies, we want the patterns. So this is a great alternative if you want the patterns to make quick, very simple shapes, or if there's someone in your life learning to crochet and you want to help them get down the techniques of decreasing, increasing, or just very, very basic shapes that then they can manipulate to make even more characters than that. The Wobble books, I mean, Wobbles alone are just, oh, they're so cute. I was over there looking in the tote of kits. I only have one Wobble kit left, one official branded Wobble kit left, and it is a Hello Kitty Halloween. Hello Kitty Halloween is the only official Wobble kit I have left. But I got all the hooks that I wanted. I got the bat. Got the bat hook, which I carry with me all the time. I got my Twin Stars hooks. I wanted those hooks. I'm pretty much done purchasing Wobble kits. I don't think the family has any plans of buying any Wobble kits for me, but that's okay. There are some other crochet kits that I see them every once in a while in different places, like Five Below does all the characters and that stuff. There is still a Oz. Let's see, we did Elphaba, and we still have Glenda. The Good Witch is still in the kit box. Yeah, we still got kits to go. Yarny Chicken is still over there trying to pop out ideas. So this week I'm going to make up Herbert. What's his name? He's on page 101. 101. Herbert the Frog. I'm going to work up Herbert. That should take me no time at all. I'm gonna have to find some other things to work on if I'm find myself in any waiting rooms this week. Herbert ain't gonna do it. Look, there's some pretty green yarn right there. It's Granny Smith is the name of that hand-dyed alpaca. Herbert will not be made out of alpaca, that's for sure. I'm sure I have some scraps around here somewhere for Herbert. Which is another cool thing about if you have the pattern, you can make it in any yarn you want. I've even used the embroidery thread or the crochet thread to make mini micro wobbles. All right, I'm just talking to talk at this point. I just love spending time with you. I'm gonna go make another cup of coffee and I'm gonna sit here and I got a pile of stuff this high next to my chair. I kind of need to sort it out and slim it down. It's not even an end table. There is no table there. It's just crap stacked on top of BS. I'll see you later, friends. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me. Bye.